We'll continue with our series of geography through maps. And last class we have seen about the entire continents and different kinds of oceans. And today we'll have a deep discussion towards North American continent, where we'll see different states or different countries like Canada and United States of America. So first, in this map of globe, we'll try to understand the location of North American continent. So North America, as we can see from the picture here, is located here. You can see here. Okay, this entire part can be called as North American continent. Basically, North American continent also consists of Middle America or Central America, like countries like Mexico and Caribbean islands, Cuba, etc. So this class we may emphasize more towards speaking about North America, that is towards Canada and United States of America. So when citing about the location of North America, we can say that while mapping south, north, west and east towards the northern part of North America, we have Arctic Ocean. So we have Arctic Ocean. Towards the western part of North American continent, we have Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean. Towards the eastern side, what we have? We have Atlantic Ocean. We are discussing all this in a single statement because last class we have dealt in detail about everything. That is why we are discussing in a single line. So keeping in mind that you know all these things, we are going ahead to the next point. And south we have Pacific Ocean. And towards the southeastern part we have Gulf of Mexico. So these are the different oceans that is surrounding the North America. So North America consists or surrounded by 3 to 4 different kinds of oceans. Even though all oceans are connected, we say or we name or nomenclature is done for different oceans depending upon different locations. Towards the northern part of North America, we can say it is Arctic Ocean. Towards western side, we have Pacific Ocean. Towards eastern side, we have Atlantic Ocean. Towards southern side, we have again Pacific Ocean. Towards southeastern side, we say it is the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, this is a blank map of North American subcontinent. As we have discussed, it consists of 3 different countries. On northern part, we have Canada. On middle part, we have United States of America, or we can say it as US. And towards southern part, we have Mexico. So we have Canada here. We have USA here. We have Mexico here. So basically, as we have just discussed, when we talk about North America, we talk only about Canada and US, because Mexico will come under Middle America. This is a precise picture of Canada. So first we'll deal with the country called Canada. Canada, as we have discussed, it is on the northern part of North American subcontinent. Canada, north of Canada, we can see Arctic Ocean. South of Canada, we can locate United States. We can see here United States, Arctic Ocean, and towards west of Canada, we can find Pacific Ocean. Towards east of Canada, we can locate Atlantic Ocean. Okay, these are the 4 different boundaries or 4 different directions of Canada. And when we're talking about Canada, Canada is the second largest country in the world after Russia. If number 1 country, depending upon the area, if we say Russia is number 1, the second place will go to Canada. Canada is very famous. It is called land of lilies or land of apples, and because it is called like that, there is another denomination which we say for Canada is that Canada has the largest coastal line in the world. That is almost 96,500 kilometers of coastal line Canada possesses. So we can see from this picture very precisely, all these areas are different coastal line extending through lot of kilometers. So we can say approximately 96,500 kilometers of the coastal area, making the Canada has the world's largest coastal area in the world. And when we are talking about different cities, we can see at different cities here. Okay, first we can see city of Vancouver. Vancouver is famous for 2 different things. So basically, we know that Vancouver is a city which is located towards the western part of Canada. Let's talk about cities. So the first city we are talking about is Vancouver. Vancouver is located towards the western part of Canada. So this city we can locate for 2 major reasons. That is, the timber, or we say it as lumbering industry, and this Vancouver is famous for film industry. So we can locate Vancouver with the importance of lumbering or film industry. What is lumbering? Associated with the timber, wood, etc. We say it as lumbering industry. So Vancouver is located in the western part of Canada. It is famous for lumbering and the film industry. Now let's move towards capital of Canada. So capital of Canada is Ottawa, that is located almost towards the southeastern part of the country. We can locate Ottawa here. Okay. Next to Ottawa, we have another famous city in Canada that is called Toronto. So Toronto and Ottawa are located in the southeastern part of the country, and we can locate Montreal here. So Montreal is famous for the seaport. Montreal is famous for seaport. It's the largest seaport in Canada is in Montreal. And we can talk about Winnipeg. Winnipeg is famous for wheat production. So world's largest wheat production is located or done at Winnipeg. Wheat production. Now, while moving towards the eastern part of Canada, we have a island called Newfoundland Island. Okay, Newfoundland Island. So this island is very famous because a lot of industrial importance related to this island. For Canada, a lot of income or money come from this area because of the fishing industry. It is one of the world's largest or important resources of fishing zone is found here. So why fishing zone is more concentrated here, or why there is a lot of fishes, or why fishing industry is more in this area? Because of two different things. First thing is that there is Newfoundland is the meeting point of cold current and warm current. Okay. Second one is that there is a long or a vast continental plain or a continental shelf is available near the Newfoundland. So two reasons are there: meeting of cold and warm current, and second one is continental shelf. So now let us understand which all currents are meeting. We just told that fishing area is flourishing in Newfoundland because of the meeting of the cold current and the warm current. So cold current is called Labrador current, which is coming from the Arctic Ocean, passing through the Labrador Sea and is reaching near the eastern part of Canada. So we can locate here, Labrador Sea is here. So Labrador current is coming here and it is meeting near Newfoundland. At the same time, towards the southern part of the country or the continent, we have a warm current coming. That warm current is called Gulf Stream. Okay, Gulf Stream is coming from here. So this is Labrador cold current. Why the current is cold? Because it is coming from the polar area, or precisely from the Arctic Ocean, and this is called Gulf Stream. Why Gulf Stream is warm? Because it's coming from the equatorial area. So obviously currents which is passing from equatorial area, the water will be warm, and the currents which is coming from the polar areas, the water will be cold. So Newfoundland is the area where equatorial Gulf Stream current, which is warm, is coming or meeting with the Labrador cold current, which is coming from the Arctic Ocean. So this is the meeting place of Labrador cold current and the equatorial Gulf Stream warm current, and this is the best place for fishing in the world because upwelling of water happens. A lot of fishes come to feed on the item which is coming from down and then moving down and coming on top. All these phenomena happens. There's a lot of fishes coming in. That is the best place for the fishing. At the same time, there is also a drawback related to this because it's a place where the warm current and the cold current means there is a lot of fog created, and this will be very difficult for the navigation area. So people who are arriving there for fishing, or people who want to move through this place or pass through this place, it will be difficult for them because navigation will be difficult because of the formation of fog. So fog formation is a hindrance there for the movement. Now let's look at the physical map of Canada. In the physical map of Canada, we can locate coastal mountains, Rocky Mountains, Mackenzie Mountains, and Baffin Bay. So we'll talk about Baffin Bay and Davis Strait here. Baffin Bay is the land and the sea located, Baffin Island and Baffin Bay. Baffin Island is located towards the northeastern part of Canada. So this is northeastern part, Baffin Island, and we have Baffin Bay here. Okay, and there is a strait called Davis Strait. So Davis Strait you can locate here, is separating Baffin Island from Greenland. So this is Greenland. Okay, Greenland is part of Denmark. Okay, that is why we are not mentioning about Greenland in this discussion, because when we talk about Denmark, we'll talk about Greenland. Even though physically it is attached to Canada or almost near to Canadian subcontinent, it is not part of Canada, it is part of Denmark. There is one more case related to this. That case is about Alaska. This is Alaska. Okay, you can see towards the western part of the continent we have Alaska. Alaska is actually physically attached to Canada towards the tip like this. But why it is not counted towards the jurisdiction of Canada? Because Alaska is under the jurisdiction or administrative control of US. Okay, this is a physical map of Canada. We can see Rocky Mountains. So when talking about Rocky Mountains are located towards the western part of the North American continent, and it stretches from it passes through almost all the countries in North American continent. Starts from Alaska, part of US, then it comes down to Canada, it reaches US, it goes to Mexico, it even moved towards Central America, different countries. So Rocky Mountain is the largest mountain that passes through different countries. We can see Rocky Mountains here. We can see McKinsey Range. Okay, Coast Mountains. As we discussed last slide, Davis Strait, Baffin Island, Baffin Bay. Okay. Next, we'll talk about US or United States of America. United States of America is located towards the south of Canada. So, while mapping in the global map, we can understand here, this is United States of America. Towards the north, we have Canada. Towards south we have Mexico. We have Atlantic Ocean towards the east. We have Pacific Ocean towards the west. And we have Gulf of Mexico towards the southeast. So this is south, north, west and east. Okay. So this is southeast. So we can locate US here. So US is divided into 50 different states, and 49th state being Alaska here. It is part of US. It is the largest state of US also, and 50th state is here, an island called Hawaii. Hawaii Island is actually under the jurisdiction or administrative control of US, and the capital of Hawaii is Honolulu. Capital is Honolulu. Okay, we'll get into that in detail after some time. So while understanding more about US, US is the 4th largest country in the world according to the area. So while we can discuss, first place will go towards Russia, second place will be given to Canada as we just discussed, third place will be given to China depending upon the area, and the 4th largest area in the world goes to US. So as discussed, US consists of 50 different states, and the largest state being Alaska, that is almost towards the western tip of Canada. And the 50th state is an island called Hawaii, which is located in the Pacific Ocean with capital Honolulu. While talking about the major cities in US, we have California here. So this is the western part, this is eastern part, this is south and this is north. While talking about western part of US, we have a city called California. So California is the most populated city in US, and above that we can map San Francisco. Okay, San Francisco is famous for two things. Okay, where the biggest port of US is located in San Francisco, we can observe, because almost towards the coastal area, that is western part of the country, so easy access to through Pacific Ocean to all other parts of the world. And also it is famous for Silicon Valley, the IT hub. So Silicon Valley and Seaport is famous for San Francisco. Okay, then we have Los Angeles here. Los Angeles is very famous because of Hollywood or the film industry. Also film industry. So Los Angeles is very famous for the Hollywood or the film industry. It is located almost towards the southwestern part of the country. Then we have Washington. Washington is famous with a place called Seattle, where lot of aircraft manufacturing industries are located. Okay, Washington, we have a place called Seattle, and there's a lot of aircraft manufacturing industries as located in the Seattle. Then we have Oregon. Oregon is very famous for port or shipbuilding. Then we have, when we are moving towards the northern part of US, we have a state called Montana. Montana have a lot of copper reserves. Copper reserves are located in Montana. And we have Wyoming. When towards the south of Montana, we have a state called Wyoming. Wyoming is very famous for the geyser here. Okay, geyser means it erupts after 63, every 63 minutes the geyser erupts. So that is famous for Wyoming. Then we have Colorado. Colorado is also towards the south of Wyoming, and Colorado is famous for oil refining industries. Okay, and towards the southern part of US, that is almost near to the border of Mexico, we have a state called Texas. Texas is very famous for ships and reserves of oil. So Texas is concentrated with a lot of ship making, and it also towards the coastal area, it's easy for them, and also lot of oil and natural gas resources are concentrated in Texas. Okay, then we have towards the eastern part we have New York. Towards the eastern part of US we have New York, and New York, there is a famous river called Hudson River is flowing, and Hudson Bay is there above that, so we can locate that easily, Hudson Bay. Now these are the major cities which we can locate in US. So US have almost in total 50 different states, and 48 states are located together in the mainland, and 2 states are located separately. One state is Alaska, which is located towards the westernmost or northwestern part of the continent, sharing border with Canada, and it is separated by Russia or from the Asian continent by a Bering Sea and Bering Strait. We'll discuss about that later. And the 50th state is Hawaii, and the 50th state is Hawaii. Hawaii is located in the Pacific Ocean with capital Honolulu. So we'll see about Hawaii here. We know that this is Alaska, this is US, this is Hawaii. Hawaii is located here with capital Honolulu. Okay, we can locate here, it's almost located in the same longitude. Okay, so almost down the same longitude of Alaska we can locate Hawaii. So while talking about the physical geography of US, we can map Rocky Mountains here. So we have already discussed the importance of Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountains is the largest mountain series in the North American subcontinent. It starts from Alaska, stretches towards Canada, moves towards US, and it ends in Mexico and towards Central America or the Caribbean islands. Okay, and we have Cascade Range, Columbia Plateau, Sierra Nevada, and we have Colorado Plateau here. And towards the middle of the country we have Great Plains. Okay, and towards the eastern part of the country we have Appalachian Mountains. So towards the western part of the country we have Rocky Mountains, towards the eastern part of the country we have Appalachian Mountains. Coastal plains. So these are the major physical features of US. Next we'll talk about an important feature of US, that is Great Lakes. We have 5 different lakes. We'll see what are these 5 different lakes. This play a major role in the US economy, their culture, their tradition, and the topography. So these 5 lakes we can synchronize by saying it as HOMES. Okay, it's a small abbreviation where H stands for Lake Huron, O stands for Lake Ontario, M stands for Lake Michigan, E stands for Lake Erie, and S stands for Lake Superior. Okay, when talking about Lake Superior is the second largest lake in the world after Caspian Sea. So first place will goes to Caspian Sea, and second is Lake Superior. Next we'll see different seas which are located in and around North American subcontinent. Okay, towards the northern part we know Arctic Ocean. We have Beaufort Sea. Beaufort Sea is towards the north of Canada. Almost in the north and of Canada and Alaska we can find Beaufort Sea. We have Gulf of Alaska here. We have Bering Strait. After Bering Sea we can locate main area as Pacific Ocean, and we can locate Labrador Sea in the eastern part, and Hudson Bay, Great Lakes, Gulf of Mexico. So these are the major seas or oceans which are located in and around North American subcontinent. Okay, here we have a place called Gulf of Campeche. Okay, here Gulf of Campeche is almost in down part of Mexico. Here we can locate another Gulf called Gulf of California, and we have Gulf of Alaska here. So Gulf of Campeche, Gulf of California, Gulf of Alaska. Gulf of Campeche is located towards the southern part of the North American subcontinent, Gulf of California towards the western part, and Gulf of Alaska towards the northwestern part of the continent. Then we will talk about three different straits. So we'll talk about Bering Strait, we'll talk about Davis Strait, we'll talk about Florida Strait. Where is Bering Strait located? We have just discussed. Let's have a map of the same. This is the Bering Strait. We can see here. So Bering Strait literally separate North American subcontinent from the Asia, or from precisely we can say between Russia. Between Russia and US, that is Alaska, you can find Bering Strait. So Bering Strait, we have Bering Sea here, okay, Chukchi Sea here. So this is how where the Bering Strait is located. Then we'll move towards Florida Strait. Okay, the tail-like portion of US is called Florida. The strait that is in between Florida and Cuba is called Florida Strait. Okay, and we have Davis Strait located here. Davis Strait separate between Baffin Island and Greenland. So three different straits in North American subcontinent are Bering Strait, Florida Strait, and Davis Strait. Okay, now coming to the physical features or topography of North American subcontinent. Okay, first we can see as the biggest mountain range, Rocky Mountains. We have Alaska Range here. We have Brooks Range. We have McKinsey Mountains, Coast Mountains, Sierra Nevada, Sierra Madre, then Appalachian Mountains towards the eastern part. These are the major mountain systems. Okay, then we have Great Plains, okay, Coastal Plain, Central Lowlands, and we have Canadian Shield. So Canadian Shield, as we know, it is belong to pre-Cambrian era. A lot of resources of minerals are found in this area, in the area of Canadian Shield. Newfoundland, we already discussed this one. So that's all about North American continent. We discussed about two different states, that is Canada and US. Next part we'll meet and talk about Mexico and Mid Central America. That's all for today. Hope this helps. Thank you.